Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures, the solo actual play podcast where stories are told at the speed of dice. With me, Steve Morrison, your game master and solo player. Now come on, let's grab the dice and see where our story goes. Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures as we continue with our Legends of the Sundered Isles. I am, as always, your game master and co-op player, Steve Morrison. And with me today is a fellow podcaster, a game master, an improviser, and someone that I'm very excited to play this game with. Fiona, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, I will do. Let me just get in. Hello, my name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and yeah, I'm primarily an improviser, an actual play person. I have way too many podcasts. I just think to myself, oh, one more. They need a friend, or that sort of thing. I do like What Am I Rolling, which is different actual plays, the DM's Book Club, which is how we talk about D&D, but not so much anymore, but any kind of game and how we could use it to make great stories. And I'm 1/3 of the RP Geeks, which does nerdy TTRPG content every Tuesday. So yeah, that's all my stuff like there right at the beginning of the episode for you to all go, ooh, let's go listen to that instead of this. No, don't do that. Come here. Stay here.
Stay here. Listen after.
Yes.
Well, welcome. I'm really excited to have you on the show.
Happy to be here.
And I want to start out with the question that I've been kind of tossing to my guests, which is, do you have a kind of favorite pirate media or pirate-themed media?
Oh, let me think. I mean, off the top of my head, I read Rapscallion a little while ago from, Magpie Press, I think, I want to say off the top of my head. I love that idea of, like, it not being about the pirates, but it's about the ship and, like, coming and going. I thought that was good. But when you said media, the non-TTRPG answer was Pirates of the Caribbean, which I appreciate is it's an old one, but I just always remember, like enjoying just the silliness of it and, like, how, like, you could be, pirates, but also it felt very real, like, that sort of idealistic, like, oh, we're pirates, we're cool, and then it's like the reality, and you're like, oh no, the ship's going down, and oh, that monkey's got my coins, and yeah, so those are my two touchstones, the one more serious TTRPG answer, and then, like, the random Disney film that everyone always talks about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for people of a certain age, Pirates of the Caribbean has a very visceral influence. Like as soon as I hear the theme song start to play, I'm just like I'm ready to swing from a mast and you have it in your back garden, you're just there on rope and you're going, and exactly, it's a good biking song. I recommend it, going down a hill at top speed. Weirdly the sort of flash memory I just got is that actually Pirates of the Caribbean was my first ever DVD purchase. I just remembered that just because going to the shop and obviously there was the VHS, and then I was like, but I don't want that. I want the exclusive extra bits on it because of reasons. There you go. That was a weird memory I just had there. That's amazing. I love that. Well, there are many truths. This is going to be a terrible segue.
No, I love
there
it.
are many truths that hold together Pirates of the Caribbean. And so also in the Sundered Isles, there are truths that define the world that we play in. Mm-hmm. And so before we get to the truth that you have chosen for our session today, I'm just going to quickly go through our already selected truths that define and shape the world that we are living in and playing in. So the first one is relics. The long history of the Isles is marked by disaster, war, and exodus. Abandoned and ruined sites are grim monuments to these events. Former communities, even entire islands, are sometimes forsaken by their people. Others are lost and forgotten through the ravages of time. These places echo with the memories of lost lives, but also remind us of the perseverance of those who survived to carry on their traditions elsewhere. Iron vows. Since the distant time when iron was first hammered into form, seafaring folk of this world carried iron bond stones as sacred keepsakes. Each bond stone is unique, a relic of kin and culture, passed from one generation to the next. They are said to connect the soul of its keeper to their homeland, or loved ones as if by an invisible thread. Thus, if lost at sea, our spirit may return home rather than remain entombed in the remorseless depths. We swear our vows upon bond stones as promises that follow us to our death, and even beyond. But bond stones can also embody the curses of lost lives and forsaken vows, and bearing that weight can make them feel as heavy as a ship's anchor. Empires. The Sundered Isles are free from imperial control, for now. The empires have only a minor presence. Their outposts are isolated and pose little threat, but there are resources and riches to be exploited. And freedom is a fragile thing. Even now, imperial agents are said to be among us, working in the shadows, planting the seeds of conquest. Piracy. A burgeoning pirate nation wields great influence. The marauder clans sail under the command of the Dread Court, a conclave of 8 veteran pirates whose shrewd tactics position this nation of cutthroats as a rising power. Once each year, the pirate fleets gather at a port called Flotsam, an artificial island built from the husks of captured and ruined ships, to pay homage to the court and make plans. Magic is rare and mysterious. The Isles lie at the nexus of the new and the old, science and superstition, the known and the inexplicable. This collision of realities is a powerful but chaotic force, and rare folk can manipulate these unstable realities to cast spells and perform rites. In some cultures, mystics are respected. In others, they are feared or even outcast. Beasts are lost to myth, but the tales persist. For most, monstrous beasts are the stuff of fables, but a few who journey across trackless isles and unknown seas claim otherwise. Some even bear the scars of those alleged encounters. Put enough grog in a sailor, and they'll tell you stories of doomed ships and ghostly visitations. It's nonsense. There's enough to fear amid the Isles without worrying about fanciful tales of ghosts and ghouls. Nonetheless, sailors are a superstitious folk. On dark nights, when a dead calm falls over the sea, they keep a wary eye for ships that sail, heedless of the wind. And those are the truths that define our Sundered Isles that we're kind of jumping into.
Heck yeah.
But today, we're going to play through a new truth. And Fiona, what truth have you chosen for today?
So I went for religion, and the reason I do that is I always think religion's a really interesting one to play in tabletop role-playing games, and I think a lot of people either shy away from it, again, because the world is not great at the moment about certain things, and so that people don't want to have it in their games, but I feel there's a real cool way to explore it safely and sensitively, and when I saw we had religion on this list still here, I was like, oh, brilliant. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today.
Amazing. Well, I'm really excited about that because I agree that it is something that people oftentimes shy away from. And as someone who grew up in a very religious household and has a lot of feelings about that and, kind of continues to wrestle with some of those questions, it is a good way to engage with some of those experiences of my childhood while also creating a little bit of distance
100%.
For that. Yeah. So with each of our truths, there are 3 options, and we can randomly roll to determine which one, or you can just pick one of the 3. So I'll give you the kind of top-down view of them, and then you can either decide to roll or pick one, and then we'll dig into it a little bit more. So the first option is our faith is as diverse as the people. The second option is the gods enact their will through manifestations and miracles. And then the final option is the gods are dead.
Ooh.
It's quite the range.
I love it. It's like on that sort of spectrum. You're like, which one? I'm going to roll for it. There are definitely one or two that I'm like, oh, that'd be really fun. But I always like, again, we just talked about random tables. I like the randomness. So I'm like pure chaos in that sense. So I'll have a go at rolling and we'll see what we get. All right.
Just a percentile.
That is a straight 60. So I believe it's the second one.
That is the second one. So the gods enact their will through manifestations and miracles. Do you have the text there? Would you like to read the further text?
I will, absolutely. We chronicle the visitations of the gods in our histories and decipher their enigmatic purpose through sacred rites. In times of crisis, their earthly avatars have guided us through the upheaval. For many, faith in these gods offers meaning and fulfillment. For others, belief is a cudgel used by tyrannical leaders to divide or control us. For this reason, some people and cultures disavow the gods to follow a different path. Ooh.
I mean, I feel like that one definitely has the most sort of range of things that we could do with it.
Agreed.
So I'm pretty happy with that.
Heck yeah.
So the quest starter that comes with that says, you bear the mark of a god. The priests declare this as a sign you are chosen to fulfill a destiny. Do you accept this fate and swear to see it through, or are you determined to see it undone? What force opposes you? A lot of these quest starters are about like, this thing is happening, but it's not necessarily like directly kind of stating something about your character, whereas this is.
Yeah.
So I think the question here is like, do you want, because I think the you here is probably your character.
Agreed.
If you want it to be. So, because it could also be that you are protecting someone who bears this mark. Like, it doesn't have to be you specifically. But I think we can play in that field a little bit, depending on your thoughts of a character.
Yeah, I like being. I have main character syndrome in my real life, so yeah, I'll absolutely accept this fate. I'll absolutely be the one that bears the mark for sure.
Perfect. So, which I think will be interesting because my character is the captain of a pirate sloop called the Kiss of Death, and his name is Caspian Silver. Also goes by Powder Keg sometimes. And he is a sorcerer.
Okay.
So definitely more on the magic side of things. Not necessarily a religious man, but maybe we'll see. We'll see through this situation here. With your character and the idea of being marked by a god, what, based off the like personas that we have, those options there, any of those jumping out at you?
I think the big one that sort of jumps out to me is one that says Sea Witch, so that's 71 to 72. But equally, though, I'm very happy to roll for it and then see what comes from there as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Why don't we do that?
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll, and then we can like tweak it, or
if we don't like it, we know there's one. But I'm always keen to like try out. All right. Oh, same on each dice. We've got 33.
33.
Ooh, deep one.
Deep one. Interesting.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. A vestige, I believe, is someone who is the last of their like people. This one, here we go. So you're all that remains of a people, culture, or tradition. When you face death or face desolation, which hopefully won't happen in this session, but could. Visions of your heritage give you the strength to carry on. Envision how this manifests and re-roll any dice. On a strong hit with a match, a surprising new aspect of your heritage is revealed. Take +2 momentum and mark 2 ticks on your bond's legacy track. So there's vestige, and then waterborne, which basically means you are very comfortable on the seas. So you can spend extended time underwater without the need for a breath, and you have a little air track on this asset. Assets are kind of like the special abilities or special skills or things that your character can do. When you exert yourself to make a move underwater, you may suffer -1 air and add +1 on your roll. When your air is 0, you must endure harm before making any move involving physical action. So those are the assets that are kind of related to Deep One. How do those feel?
I like them. Again, all I'm thinking is eldritch beings now, which may be not what you planned, but I do like that idea of just weird people liking stuff in the water. There's I can't remember. There was a game I played recently where you were like a doctor at a local island, and clearly some sort of Lovecraft-esque stuff was going on, and people were like saying the fishes were talking and all that sort of thing. So that's I feel the vibe already on that. So yeah, I'm happy to go a deep one.
Well, and it's interesting too, because my last session, which as of our recording right now has not released yet, but will certainly be out by the time this is airing. There is a moment where they're at this island and this great like creature, this maybe Leviathan or something, like crests the water, and I make a comment about like, well, we haven't done the religion truth yet, so I don't know, maybe this is a god, maybe it's not. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
So I feel like I was priming the pump right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
Cool. So with that, do you have any other thoughts as to like skills or abilities that this character might have? Because I feel like both of these assets are very like focused in their utility. And so I don't know if maybe there is another asset that might be appealing to you.
Sure. I mean, I could have a think about like how I imagine this character to be like, and if that might trigger some examples of assets. So like, I always think of anyone that is like a prophetess or anything like that. They're always very good at speaking, sort of like in any situation. Maybe a way to calm emotions or like or show confidence. You know, won't back down from a situation. Like they're not easily intimidated because they have that sort of power. They feel like, again, I don't want to say smug about being like chosen, but you know what I mean? Like there's definitely a righteousness, but it's sort of like they feel like, yeah, they're in the right, if you see what I mean. So those are the sort of vibes I was sort of thinking of.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for just a sort of mechanical bonus, I feel like Socialite could work from the standpoint of being very good at speaking and kind of navigating social experiences. Yeah. There are also a few suggestions on here. If you're an ardent follower of a religion or creed, you might be a devotant. If you follow a prophesied path, you might be fated, which I feel like, since we were talking about being marked by a god. So when you fill a box on your back, so again, this is all of these assets are kind of for longer term play.
For sure.
So this one is about filling progress on your background vow for fated.
I think I do like that, but again, because we've only got a short time together, maybe not. I think the socialite one of social stuff, I think that would work as a sort of like cover a couple more bases to be a bit wider. But yeah, I do like that idea of fated, because instantly I'm like, oh yes, but I'm like, we only have a couple of hours.
Yeah, we are not going to create a background vow.
Yes, exactly.
Basically, what we do today is everything.
Exactly.
So we'll add the socialite asset on there, and we either need to get you in the water so you can use that waterborne asset.
I'll be in the water before you know it. Don't worry.
Or maybe we need to go speak to some underwater civilization that has heretofore been unknown, and we can just throw all these assets together.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so with your character creation, we should set your stats. So there are 5 stats in Ironsworn. There is edge, which is your kind of speed, dexterity, maneuverability. There is heart, which is your courage, your ability to speak and like interact with people, socialize. There is iron, which is both kind of physical strength and strength of will. There's also shadow, which is your natural sort of sneakiness, but also your cunning. And then there's wits, which is like your intelligence, your ability to plan for things. And the way that stats work is you get 1 3 to put into whichever is your favored stat. Then you get 2 2s and 2 1s to distribute amongst the rest of the stats.
Okay. I feel it'll be remiss of me not to put 3 into heart then, if we just talked about social stuff. That would be hilarious if we did not. I think then one of my twos, I think, would be wits then, about
Yes.
sort of judging, how to approach people, and if they're not on my side necessarily, but be able to sort of like see different viewpoints. But again, maybe there's some manipulation in there as well. I then, just for the sake of it, I know it's a new game to me, and I don't want to fail at the first hurdle. I'm going to put 2 into iron so that I can actually attack things as needed, or at least be a bit more hearty, perhaps.
Perfect.
And then 1 into the edge and shadow as well, which might work against me, but I'm just going like, if I can't hit well, then that's kind of it.
Well, and I like to think that the way that we kind of talk about these stats is like, even at a 1, like you've got you're rolling a d6 against 2d10, like you've got still a pretty good shot
Sure.
at it's not something that you're bad at. It's just not the thing you're best at.
Yeah.
And also you may notice that's my exact stat array as well. So it's
Great
worked
minds
very
think
well
alike.
so far.
Yeah. Also, you say that I'm going to roll poorly all the time. That's my big thing. My dice do not trust me at all. So,
well, that is also my thing, as my audience knows well. And my last guest was also his thing as well. And we found that our bad luck counteracted each other, and we had very good luck. So hopefully we'll continue that trend.
I've got all my fingers crossed.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's wrap up a couple more things. And I'd say we can roll on some random tables.
Heck yeah.
If you like.
Yeah.
I've got a name table. I've got a moniker if you want to have a fun, nickname. We'll do some kind of description, first look. If you have ideas for those and you want to just, give me that description, that's totally fine. Or we can roll on the oracles.
Oh, you know me, I'm going to roll on everything just to make you work on that spiral book that you've got. But yeah, I want to see.
Then I'm going to stop asking.
No!
If you I'm just going to stop asking if you want to decide something.
Oh, okay,
I'll just be
yeah,
like,
no,
roll on the
always going to roll. Sorry, I'm going to stop asking and just tell you what's happening. It's like, no, that's not what it is.
No, that would be terrible. All right, well, give me a D100 roll.
Okay.
And in Sundered Isles, so I lied to you earlier when I said you need 2 D10s. In Sundered Isles, there is also something called the cursed die, which is an additional D10. And the way that it's written, I believe, is if you roll a 10, then you get a cursed result. But we have been playing with the house rule that if it's an odd number on the D10, it is a cursed result.
Ooh, fun.
You could also, I think, just select one of your 2 D10s that you have as also your cursed die if you'd like.
Fun, yeah.
So if you would like to roll with the cursed die, there are cursed, not for the name, but there are cursed monikers.
Oh, heck yeah.
When we get to that.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you the first one I rolled for name is just a 1. Incredibly.
Oh.
It's never happened when I rolled D10, D100. So I'm like, wow, great.
Amazing. So a 1 is, the given name is Aisha.
Aisha, love it.
And then if we want to keep with the family name with that same roll would be Kadir.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Monica, I'd love to do with a cursed one, just so you know. So is that another D100 then?
Yeah, so give me a D100 and then an additional D10. And if that additional D10 is odd, then it will be the cursed result.
Oh, cool. Love that. All right. Okay. So currently it's 48. Let me roll the cursed die. It is odd.
Perfect. Give me one more D100 roll because there are different categories for cursed.
Ooh. All right. That is 80.
80 is ill-fated nature, and 48 within that is jinx.
Ooh, fun. Yeah.
Which, this may be why you're a vestige of...
No, I'm the last one.
Yeah. Oh, boy. What pronouns is Aisha?
She, her.
And then feel free to give me a roll for description.
Absolutely. That is 44.
Let's see. Guarded.
Ooh. Like that.
Do you want to roll on what your character's role is?
Yeah.
Do you think your character is... Well, let's roll on it, and then we'll see.
Absolutely. 92 is what I got. 92.
Okay, so 92 is what we call goes to the action and theme, which are some tables that just give you a like noun and verb or adjective or some part of speech. And so if you want to give me another D100 roll, and I'll roll a D100 as well.
Heck yeah. Okay, I got 95 with my roll.
So threaten duty would be your role.
Okay.
So how does that feel kind of tied into this, like marked by a god?
Well, I feel like having it all together, so we have like sort of this idea of being one of the last people of this possibly religion, threatened duty. It feels like an ill-fated religion that is just constantly sacrifices. And so I feel like it's got to the point now where I'm like, oh, well, maybe at one point I was doing the sacrifices, but maybe I am now the sacrifice, you know, that sort of thing, where it's just sort of like diminishing returns, almost like a doomsday cult in my head.
Ooh.
Yeah. So sacrificial lamb is the word I'm thinking of, but maybe not so innocent, like going, but maybe trying to put it off as long as I can. I'm thinking of like chain letters and all that sort of thing, where that sort of phenomenon where you would pass it on and be like, oh, well, the bad luck has to keep going. And then as soon as it's broken, it sort of starts coming back up the chain letter. Yeah. So maybe that's the sort of thing that we're running out of people. And I know my time is short. So.
Okay. I think that's terrifying. And I'm really interested to see how our two characters have fallen in together on this. All right, let's do a quick accessory and then a trademark weapon as well.
All right. Oh, well, that is 02. 2.
An animal claw necklace.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then trademark weapon.
All right. That is 98. 98.
So roll twice more and you'll have both of these.
Ooh. All right, twice more. So the first one is a 31.
Fancy rapier with silver etched hilt.
Oh, lovely. And then the second one is a 76.
Shark tooth club.
You know, some days you're like, I want to be fancy. Some days you just gotta hit.
Yeah.
Hit with the club made out of shark tooth, you know?
I mean, is it possible that one of them is a weapon that you carry because it's your preferred weapon and the other one is more of a ritual weapon?
I was going to say, the fancy rapier is definitely like, it feels more like that sort of artifact from a forgotten cult. So maybe, it's never been used. It just looks very ornate on the scabbard. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Let's leave it there.
Nice.
And then going back to our quest starter. So you bear the mark of a god. The priests declare this as a sign you are chosen to fulfill a destiny. Sounds like some great sacrifice on some island somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you accept this fate and swear to see it through, or are you determined to see it undone? And then what force opposes you? So I think this is the question that's going to determine what our vow is for this session. Mm-hmm. Is this something like, are you running from this, which is why you're on my ship, and we're trying to escape from this cult? Mm-hmm. Or have you hired the Kiss of Death, aptly named, to carry you to wherever this ritual site is in order to fulfill your destiny?
I think, if I go in reverse order, I think I like the idea of hiring your ship to be like, yes, this is, of course I wish to go, but then I think I'm having second thoughts. And so I think the answer is that I wish to escape it, but I think I'm getting to this point where we'll probably get to the action of the story. I'm still sort of deciding, like, is this really worth it? It's been a long time coming, and now I'm getting cold feet about it, ironically, being someone of the sea. I think that would be a cool thing to play. And it's like, I've maybe had this duty for a lot of my life, and how great and wondrous it is to honor, be a part of this faith. And now I'm like going like, maybe it isn't so great. I kind of like living, so.
Yeah. It's kind of okay.
Yeah.
With that in mind, then, do you have minders who like are accompanying you on this journey, or would there, because like they might be the force that opposes you, or is there some outside force that might kind of in some way want to be stopping this ritual, and therefore like maybe trying to waylay us before we reach said destination?
I think we'll go for the easiest answer. I think minders or some sort of other assistants to the faith who may be very new. I don't know. But yes, I think that would be easier than trying to invent a third faction that's not here. I think we'll keep it all on the boat. Makes sense to me.
Perfect. Well, then let's go ahead and just roll me a moniker.
Heck yeah.
And I will roll a D10 and see if it's cursed.
All right.
It is not cursed, unfortunately.
Big sad. 76. 76 again.
76. Silver Tongue.
Ooh.
So I feel like this is going to be the face of the cult on the ship. This is the head minder. Let's do a couple, just because I love rolling on oracles. I know we got to get to the actual.
No.
Game,
I could spend all day creating characters. You know this, right?
Yes. It is just so fun.
Yeah.
So give me another D100 roll. I will also do one for disposition.
Okay, that is 86. I got.
Okay, so that is uniformed is their first look.
Ooh.
So they are uniformed, which probably means they have some vestments of this cult. Their disposition that I rolled was indifferent, which is very interesting. And then what do you think their pronouns might be?
I think let's go for she, her again.
Okay.
I always think it's quite interesting when there's more femme presenting people in the faith. I think traditionally cults are always sort of male dominated.
Yeah,
I will say what Silver Tongue makes me think of. I don't know if I've got this from a movie or something like that, but this I know like in Mad Max, obviously they spray their face with silver to be like today's a good day to die. But I like the idea that this person just has a silver or metal tongue. Maybe their tongue was cut out at some other point, and so now they have this. So maybe they don't speak that much, but I just thought there's just something really odd about their mouth. So of course you're always looking at them. I don't know.
That's awesome. So how do we want to frame this vow? Because this should be something that is your vow that you are swearing. So if it is to I don't think we want to frame it as I'm going to go be sacrificed, because if that you have that tension. Yeah. So I think it could be something along the lines of like find a way out of this sacrifice, or it could be as dark as find someone to take my place. I don't know.
That is what I was thinking. Someone to take my place and give me a reprieve. Take my place so that I may escape this predicament. Yeah, that's literally what I thought. Like first off, when I was reading this, I was like, yeah, I don't want to die. But also, I feel bad. It's like, trying to find a sub for your sports team. Hey guys, can't make it.
Can anybody want to drop in on Wednesday and get sacrificed?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so then we've got a couple of different options. Do we want to go to a location, or are we already at said location and we want to kind of navigate? Is it a far off island that we have to sail to and kind of? I guess my question really is, what's the most interesting thing that you want to dig in on?
Yeah.
Is it the journey to get there and the kind of like the challenges that we have to overcome as sort of a stand-in for the like wrestling, the dark night of the soul that your character is going through? Or is it more of rather than the journey itself, it's like, okay, we're at this place where this ritual takes place, and there are other people around. Maybe there is a little bit more of like navigating the social situations. Maybe it's on an island where there's a settlement or a town or something like that.
Like some sort of conference happening. They've all turned up. Yeah.
Yeah.
My gut says to go straight to the action and just be there. Like, because I think normally, again, if we had more time, yes, the lead up to it would be interesting. But I think because of the short time, I think, and also just because it's slightly different, let's go be there and we'll figure it out,
Awesome. Cool. So with that, we need to set a rank for this vow. And there are troublesome ranks, which basically the way that progress tracks work is every time you make progress in your quest, you mark something on a 10-box track. The rank of the progress track determines how much you mark with each progress. So if it's troublesome, you mark 3 boxes every time you get progress.
I see.
If it's dangerous, you mark 2. If it's formidable, you mark 1. I think getting into extreme and epic are going to be a little bit beyond our scope.
I mean, I love the idea that this is an epic thing, but I don't think it will be.
So I'm kind of thinking, because we're not doing a journey or anything to like get here, that formidable is probably okay. Because again, we can decide whenever we want to end the vow with whatever progress we have.
Right.
The kind of general consensus that if you get 6 boxes of progress on a vow, you have a pretty decent chance of getting at least a weak hit.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to game it out that way. So I think formidable is probably doable with
it. Also feels like it. I like the idea. Oh, it's dangerous that I might have to find someone. I think it's pretty serious. It's my life. It's not not subbing in for a hockey team. So yeah. If
I were better at what I do, I would have read the threat section more recently, because I feel like there could be an interesting thing here with a threat of like Silvertongue finding out that you're, because I mean, you're kind of like fated in this. So like if you do a switcheroo, like that might kind of throw things off the
scale. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I feel like in my head, this individual is very much like, the organizer, the person that's, set the trip. We're going to go this. And like, this is, and maybe believes a lot more in the faith of this, that sort of pushing on people, especially if I've been having, if I've got this sort of mark or been, like this is so important, almost like a pushy mum, making you go to theatre camp or something like that. So that's nice sort of vibe. And so if she finds out, that's bad news for everyone, not just me, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and swear the Iron Vow. And then from there, we'll kind of frame our first scene.
Sounds good.
And jump in. So when you swear to complete a quest, write your vow, give it a rank. We've done that. Then roll plus heart. If you swear this vow to a connection, add +1. If you share a bond, add +2. I think because you are kind of swearing in contrary to your religion, that you probably are not swearing this. You're basically swearing this to yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say it's just going to be your heart, which is +3.
Okay.
So for our first action roll of the game, roll a d6 and the 2 d10s, and then add +3.
Okay. Right. Wow. Okay. So on the d6, I got a 6, which is very exciting. And then I got an 8 and a 7 on the d10s.
Okay. So you have a 9 total with your action score.
Correct, yes.
So that is a strong hit,
Whoa.
which is a great way to start off.
Amazing.
So you are emboldened, and it is clear what you must do next. Take +2 momentum, and I'm going to tick up your momentum from 2 to 4.
Yeah.
Momentum is a kind of pressure relief valve where if you build it up high enough and then you fail a roll, if your momentum is greater than your challenge dice, one or both of them, you can burn it go back down to 2 in order to basically swap out your momentum for your action die.
I get you. Yeah.
Action score. So building momentum is a good thing.
Cool. God, let's hope I roll like this throughout the whole thing, because then it'll be dead easy. But I suspect I might not.
It's always the way, isn't it? We start strong, and then it's. Yeah. I think one of the great things about Ironsworn is I feel like every time I play, I'm always just waiting for the like knife to twist.
Yeah, the other shoe to drop, all that sort of thing. Yeah, no, I'm not going like these dice. They're kind right now, but this is maybe it's us working together. That whole bad luck, So
yeah, exactly. I'm going to do a quick roll here. 39 for our settlement name, Karita.
Karita, nice.
Karita. So that is the settlement. So I think as we open here, I'm just going to kind of broadly set the scene, and then I'm going to turn it over to you.
Absolutely.
So I think the Kiss of Death has, within the last day, arrived at Karita. It is this island that is not on the main shipping lanes, but is still close enough to civilization that there is a sizable settlement here. There's a few hundred people who live on this small island. And I think it's heavily forested on the interior, like that thick jungle kind of vibe. And maybe the settlement itself is built within these old ruins. So the Kiss of Death, having conveyed Silvertongue, the other monks, and then Aisha to this settlement, has arrived. And now, and maybe, scratch that. We see we see the Kiss of Death sailing in, right?
Yeah.
And like weighing anchor, and the ship's boat disembarks, and Caspian is kind of sitting in the boat with these cultists as we're rowing to shore, because I think there is a part of his contract that is, it's not just payment upon arrival, it's kind of payment upon the completion of the ritual.
100%, yeah.
Which I don't think was a deal that he was super pleased to take.
Yeah, I feel like you got the monks were just wearing you down. You're like, all right, fine. And then you're like,
fine.
Oh, God damn, why have I done this? I should get this in writing next time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. So we see the ship's boat kind of rowing up towards the dock. I'm going to turn it over to you. What is Aisha feeling in this moment? Mm-hmm. What are the next steps for approaching this ritual? So
Aisha, I imagine her actually, rather than maybe traditionally we might be like, a young girl that's been I think she's actually much older. I think she's in like her late 50s, maybe early 60s. So she has really sort of long, silvery grey hair, sort of a bit wild-like. And she's got sort of a very wrinkled skin that's been sort of with the sun over the last couple of days has gone a nice sort of brown. As she sees the shore approaching, there's definitely a little bit of apprehension, because now the weight of the task and this ritual, and whilst the monks maybe aren't a super talkative bunch, there's definitely an excitement for them that she does not feel. And she definitely feels that isolation a little bit, but is getting more and more resolute in the fact that she will definitely not be taking part in this ritual, and has come to an agreement that she would like to live out retirement over the ritual. So I think for her next steps is to look for opportunities for her to make a getaway of some sort. She has this inkling of maybe trying to get someone else in her stead, but she hasn't really thought about who that would be in this moment, because right now she's just thinking about opportunity, find a way to escape first, then substitute, I think is the plan.
Okay. Do you think that at any point on the voyage that she and Caspian, that she would think about asking Caspian for help in this?
I think so. I guess I throw a question back to you. Is there like a hobby or a thing, like an interest that Caspian does that would have been sort of unusual, that would have caught her eye, and you're off when you're not busy not piloting, but like captaining the ship, like in your quiet moments? Is there something that you're like that would draw her eye as like, you might understand, or you are not just a mercenary for hire, there's more to you, if you see what I mean?
It's a good question. So I can think of a couple of things. So on the one hand, I think during the voyage, Aisha has definitely seen him kind of standing, looking out over the sea with this kind of reddish crystal that he has on a leather cord that he sort of twists and plays with. And within this setting, this is like a soul gem, basically. And very, very like rare, probably most people wouldn't even know what it is, but I feel like as someone who is part of a group that may have some esoteric knowledge, you might kind of twig to that fact. I'd say the other thing is you probably at one point are like walking past the cabin, and kind of the doors propped open as the like sea breeze is running through, and you see that he's sitting at a small table, and he has a mask in front of him, and he's very like delicately putting together this masquerade mask. And on the wall behind him are a couple other completed masks. And, he kind of presents himself as fairly erudite, and, he's not kind of rough and tumble. And so it's like, it's not that far out of the realm of understanding and like expectation. But it is a little weird for the captain of a pirate ship to be beating some, masquerade masks in his downtime. But those, so I'd say those are a couple of the things. And then you would definitely have seen him at some point perform some feat of magic, whether that's kind of like not necessarily calming the seas, because he doesn't have that ability. But maybe like a rope like snaps and is like flying a little bit, and he kind of focuses and like pulls the rope to him, kind of thing, so that his crew can tie it down again.
Nice.
So I'd say those are a couple of the things that you have observed on this journey. But I would also say that because of that, he accepted this contract, but at no point has he been chummy with the, it's very much it's very much a transactional relationship for him. And I think there are probably moments where you catch him like staring at the back of Silvertongue's head, just kind of like rubbing his fingers almost, and you like maybe see little like sparks as he seems like he's deep in thought. So
I love that.
There's like a whole bunch of things I just threw at you.
Perfect. I love that. I think all those combined, she'd then feel resolute, that she feels like she can be confident in at least, like you are beyond what would normally say, like there's more to you. So I suspect, and maybe this is a little bit wild, but I feel like she's guarded most times with these like helpers and assistants, but she insists in order to prepare herself, she would need to have her craft sessions where she's on her own. Maybe one day you're doing your masks and the door just opens. She says, "I'm here for the craft lesson," and just comes and sits by you. And she'll have like some like knitting or something similar, and she'll turn to whichever helper goes, "You will leave us for 5 hours," or whatever, and like and be like, "I will be taught this," and it's about learning different cultures and stuff. But I think just to have that time, so whilst we're working on different projects, we're able to talk and not be disturbed because and you might be a bit aghast by this, but I think she's just like, I'm older, I'm confident, I'm going to tell you. You seem like, listen to me, that sort of thing. So I think that's her opportunity to come in and at least tell you about these sorts of things. And seeing that you are capable of magic as well, she feels more confident that, like, I guess, like, you'll have at least a good go, and if worse comes to worse, you will draw the attention while she makes an escape. That's sort of in her mind. But yeah, so she'll have orchestrated a couple of sessions, craft nights, as it were, whether or not you and the other crew are like, what on earth is old batty woman doing? But yeah.
I mean, the crew of the Kiss of Death are comprised of some interesting people who serve under a sorcerer captain.
Yeah.
So I think they're all pretty. Their tolerance for like oddity is pretty high.
Yeah.
So they're just like, I mean, okay,
okay, whatever this old woman wants, it's fine.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful masks. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think Caspian even has that on that first session. You like barge in and you say that, and he's like, I didn't realize that you were interested in masquerade mask. Please. It is something of a passion of mine.
Yeah. It's just, these are lovely, aren't they? Anyway, leave us. I must consult. It's just...
Yeah. So then going into like landing at the port, does Caspian know that your purpose is to escape?
Yes, I think she would have definitely been umming and ahhing over stuff, and whether or not Caspian has tried to give her advice or whatever, you might have felt that she has not taken it. But like, or I was like, it's that sort of thing where someone says stuff out loud, as if to a room, and that's the thing. But whether or not the sacrifice element of sacrificing someone else has come into it, I think not. I think she's just made it clear that she is a place that she doesn't want to be, and is therefore looking for stuff to get out. So I think that initial escape option is the key thing here. Yeah.
Then the only thing I want is a do you think there is a reason why, when offered, because I think Caspian is the sort of person who would be like, well, I can just toss everyone else overboard and you'll be free. Like this is his ship. And it's not, I think the reason from my side that I could say is that he probably, he swore his own vow.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the contractual obligations. And he's many things, but he's not an oath breaker.
Sure. Yeah.
So maybe it's from his point of view. It's I want to help you, but I can't until I've fulfilled my vow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think also, I think there is some sort of ties then to the ritual. So the ritual does have to go ahead as well from her point of view. Again, that's been so embedded into something like that for such a long time. So that I think it's clear that no matter what, the ritual will go ahead. With or without her. I think she is scouting her options and is looking for it, I guess, is what we're going through now. So yeah, agreed. So she would have been like, no, don't be silly. Don't that will cause so much to do, that sort of.
Yeah. It would be an easy thing, but I guess it's not so easy to break one's vow.
No, life is not easy.
Well, then let's go ahead and roll gather information, which is when you search for clues, conduct an investigation, analyze evidence, or do research. I think this is as you're like arriving at the town, which I've already forgotten the name of, Karita?
Karita, yeah.
Karita, okay. This is you're trying to kind of look around the area to see if there are, what kind of people are around here. What is there, do they know about this ritual? Are there people who might be willing to take your place? All of these different things.
Yeah, for sure.
So I am going to roll secure an advantage, which is maybe I have had some experience in Karita. So I'm going to roll my wits, and I'm going to try to give you a bonus to your roll.
All right. Sending you all the positive vibes.
Okay, so I've got a miss. 5 versus 5.
I'm taking the vibes
9.
back.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So you fail or your assumptions betray you. Pay the price.
Oh,
I think that the last time that Caspian was in Karita,
oh no.
it was like maybe it was governed by like a trading company or something, where he had some sense of the ebb and flow of kind of power on this island. I think as we arrive, he discovers that in fact that trading company is gone.
Yeah.
And there is a totally different power structure here.
Oh no.
Which means all of his like old contacts, everything are all either dead, gone, or, when he walks into a bar, they're just like, nope.
Get out. Yeah.
Not talking to you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. New beginnings, all that. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So I can give you no bonuses. And in fact, I think there is the potential for something back. Because I think that whatever pushed the government of this town out probably isn't it might be a net positive for the people here. But I almost, because I want to just tie it into it, I almost think that it's related to this cult.
100%. Yeah.
And so there's these, things are off.
Yeah.
In this town.
It feels almost like there's been a bit of a recruitment drive, and whether that's because of money or for, say, food, or if it there's be like, this is our new headquarters and we're trying to regenerate or rejuvenate this stuff. So I think, people are more happy to be under this rule compared to a trading post, perhaps. So
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your gather information.
Sure.
I think it may be harder to find somebody without alerting Silvertongue. You might find plenty of people who are willing to sacrifice for the cause, but
yeah. Well, I can tell you now, I've rolled a 2 on my d6, and a 4 and a 5 on the other two. So even with plus wits, that's a 4 total.
So our good luck has already ended.
Gone.
Okay, so your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest.
Yeah. I think as we arrive, it's a welcoming committee, and definitely if on this island the community settlement is a bit under the thumb of this particular cult, I think there's been a carousal. So there's a bit of a crowd as well, and all of them are holding up portraits with my face on it. And banners saying "Welcome, sacrificial lamb," or akin to similar. So it's everyone knows it's got to be me.
Yep. Oops.
Not so easy to escape as an old deer. I'm they know it's me.
Yeah, I think Caspian looks at this and is like, "This is very different than the last time I was here."
It's they certainly know how to throw a party.
I would love to name this cult. So I would like for you to roll a D100.
Yes.
And we will use so there's a faction name oracle, and I think if we use faith and mysticism, we might get something good here. So why don't you roll D100? I'll roll a D100. We'll compare.
All right. So I've rolled an 89.
Okay. So that would be either the Sacred Augurs or the Enduring Sorcerers. That doesn't sound... Enduring Sorcerers doesn't... Yeah. How do we feel about Sacred Augurs?
I think I like the idea of Sacred Augurs. Yeah, I think that can work.
So maybe this is almost a divination ritual.
Yes.
Okay, so the Sacred Augurs have taken over Karita, And there is a crowd that welcomes us as we arrive on the docks with these portraits of your face. And I think
I also like the idea that they're probably a little bit like 10 years old or something, but it's clearly still me. Yeah. I'm like, oh, not even my best side, That's not my nose,
Yeah. You're like, who drew these?
Yeah. Ugh.
I think that probably because we're basically going from bad to worse here. We're starting off at a disadvantage. That I think our assumption of what was going to happen is we're going to like arrive here, we're going to hang out a little bit, and then we're going to like go off into the jungle to this like ritual site.
Yeah.
But now it's like there's a procession that is taking you up to the like it's probably not a palace, but like whatever the like main estate on this island is.
There's like a strict schedule that they're keeping to. They're like, yes, you're here. Let's get the celebration started. And again, that sort of been like, oh, I had a long journey. Like, no, onwards. The full moon is nigh. All that sort of malarkey. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, well, we are not making progress.
Nope.
So on this like procession, they take you up to this estate. I think Caspian is sort of following along a little bit. Like, I think maybe he has an aside with Silvertongue, where actually maybe this is. I've had an idea.
Go for it.
So he has this aside with Silvertongue.
Yeah.
Where he says, "Well, it appears that Carita is just a boundless rejoicing for the arrival of your party. I don't see any reason why I should have to wait until the conclusion of the sacrifice. It seems everything is well in hand here. Perhaps I could take my payment now and take my leave." And I'm going to attempt to compel, because thinking about like, if I can complete my vow, technically, then I think Caspian is feeling like that will free him up to do more to 100%. Help you.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
So, compel is a move. When you try to persuade someone or make them an offer, envision your approach. I think this is definitely rolling plus heart. So I'm going to roll +3.
Come on.
Okay. So it is a weak hit.
Okay,
so I got a 10 on the action die, a 10 on one of the challenge dice, a 5 versus an 8 on my action score. So, as above, but their agreement, so they'll do it, but their agreement comes with a demand or a complication. Envision their counteroffer. So what do you think their counteroffer might be? So it's like they agree that I don't need to wait until the end of the actual ritual, but maybe I need to like come to the feast tonight.
I was going to say, yeah, you're still a part of it because you have safely shepherded their group, and so they want to at least, it's that sort of like, no, you will have a seat at the big table, and then after that you may go, and like maybe even give you like half now and half after then, so like so that keeps you sweet, so to speak. I think maybe too, because you drew in this like crafting thing of like, well, I'm trying to learn like other cultures and stuff like that. That's like part of, maybe they view that as like, well, no, you have to stay and like be part of the presentation of what Aisha has learned on this journey. Right. Yes. Yeah. I have to give a presentation of some sort of everything I've learned over my years. Yes.
Yeah. There's a PowerPoint, like, it's great.
Get out the scrolls.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think that like Caspian looks back and sees this like box that has some of the masks that you made in it, and he's like, so that's why they kept those.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's fun.
do think, for the sake of time, that
Yes.
I think that we can mark a box of progress.
That's very kind of you.
Well, but I think it like we're going to fast forward now to this feast.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in a way, like Caspian is on his way out from this vow. And so he's like trying to think through like, what can he do to help once he's left this place? But before we get there, do you want to set the scene of what this feast looks like?
Absolutely. I think when we get up to this sort of, again, I think it's just like maybe what they termed would be like a big community hall. So maybe, and again, because I'm thinking of islands, maybe it's not walls per se, but like definitely like columns and a roof. So it's very hot and humid where we are. And when we get there, you can see that instead of like tables, it's more cushions and like maybe, I don't know the terminology, forgive me, but like it's more of an indents into the ground. So you sit in the ground and then there's like a space up top where you can help and eat, and everyone sort of sits cross-legged, and there's definitely to avoid the sun coming in, there's maybe some more fabrics that are held, and so they are sort of wafting in place. The smell of incense is burning, and everyone is sort of like everyone's crammed in. It feels like, even if you can't sit and eat, there are spaces outside of this place where maybe you're standing to eat, and like everyone wants to be inside. So there's a lot of hustle and bustle of people coming in, and it's just big bowls of different like curries and rice, and like everyone is just helping themselves. Like there maybe is like I assume there's like pottery or potware of some sort, but you're eating with your hands, that sort of thing, and everyone's sharing and it's passing around. So it feels very family like. Everyone's a big family, big celebration, as it were. And then in the pit in the middle is us with everyone else.
Just kind of looking around, questioning our choices.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think you are obviously the guest of honor in this. And so I think there is probably some expectation that you're going to give a speech.
Yes.
Or give some sort of, like we talked about, a presentation of like, these are the things that I've learned. Like these are the knowledges that I bring with me from my many travels. Is there some part of that you think that, like, is Aisha the sort of speaker who feels that she could sway or in some way influence the crowd to kind of her desires, her designs? So
let me know if this is too much. I know I'll have to roll for it, but I think after a little bit of appetizers and stuff like that, there is that sort of hushed silence that comes, and Aisha sort of stands and has that box of various masks that she has made, and she starts to tell a story of mostly about how she came to be and like all this things, and she then goes, well, I'm also I've learned so many great tales, including a tale of the forest animals, and I'll pick out these masks, and I think whilst crude, they are masks which showcase sort of animals or likeness of animals. I appreciate we said in one of the truths that they no longer necessarily exist, but like different kinds of like fantasy sort of things. So like you maybe have a fox, but it has huge sort of like ears, or a mouse, and she'll go and describe it. And as she goes, she'll go around the little circle and she'll give people masks, and end up with one herself, which is one of a bird of some sort, maybe a bird of paradise or something like that, but has enough for like a good 10 or 15, and maybe gives one to yourself as well, and sort of gives you a wink, and then says that it's now time for a game. And she encourages everyone to let those in masks go out into the forest and essentially play a game of hide and seek, and to be able to, like, if you get caught, then you either give up your mask and come out, etc. So the idea she has is that she has these masks. She's gonna like try and hide from people, and then like basically maybe even knock someone out or something like that to be able to switch masks to them and then get out. Because she appreciates everyone's got the attention on her, so she's trying and swip around essentially, which sounds like a lot. But
I think that's great. That is a fantastic plan.
Yep.
Better than any plan I was coming up with.
I put a lot of people in the scene. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I'll move away from the scene.
I'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then I would love to attempt once again to secure an advantage for you. Yeah. Again with heart, I think, because this almost ties into the time that Caspian and Aisha spent working on these masks. And, Caspian is in his early to mid 40s. So a little younger than Aisha, but certainly no spring chicken. He's well seasoned on the seas.
Yeah.
And so I think they probably had these kind of in-depth conversations, not just about the things that she is trying to escape, but just life. And, I think Caspian is fairly philosophical.
Yeah.
And so the nature of existence and magic versus divine power. So I'm envisioning they built this connection between them through these sessions.
Yes.
And hopefully I'm going to be able to help you with your speech.
Otherwise we're just all going to wear animal masks for the rest of the session. That's all.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. That is a strong hit.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 on the action score versus 6 and 4.
Nice.
So you are going to take +2 momentum. So you're up to 6 now.
That's good.
And then you get a +1 to your next move, which I believe is going to be this compel as well.
Yeah.
And because you have the socialite asset, when you make a move using charm, flattery, or seduction, or by navigating elite social circles, I feel like this is charm.
Yes.
You can add +1. So it's going to be +2 plus your heart 3.
3. Okay, so +5.
So +5.
Okay. Well. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay, so I got a 6 on my action die.
Yes.
And then 2 2s on the D10s.
Amazing.
Everyone likes a mask. Who knew?
Everybody loves a masquerade. So the great thing in Ironsworn as well is if you get a match, as long as you get a hit, it's an opportunity. If it's a miss, it's an added complication. So a strong hit with a match means that we get a little extra something, which I think in this case, again, because of time, I'm just going to mark 2 boxes of progress instead of 1.
Perfect.
Because I think that this tickles the fancy of everyone here, and they're people are jumping up for joy, putting on their masks. There's just rampant excitement about this. I think that the mask, your mask, is probably almost like a kraken.
Oh yes,
design.
Yeah.
Because it's we gotta tie back into the waterborne and I think that this deity that the sacred augurs serve is probably some Cthulian eldritch horror sea beast monster. Unless you want to go a different direction.
No. I love that. I think the only thing I'd twist on it before I was these different animals, but maybe it's about whoever is hunting the kraken is the person that will do the sacrifice and become the next person. Because and therefore I have to go hide. And then, all these different animals. One of cunning, one of smart, so all that. And I I'm detailing all that. But I ain't wearing that mask for long. I'll tell you that. But I like the idea that that's the whole reason why we're all going into the forest. Is that sort of Marco Polo-esque type thing. I really love that. Yeah.
Awesome. So We do. The feast kind of adjourns, and this group. There's probably like at most, what do you think, 6, 7 people going out into the forest? Are you thinking it's going to be more than that?
No. Well, I think for time we'll keep it to a small group to select people that were around the center. And yeah, I think I would instruct everyone else who has come to see this is to be on the outskirts of this forest with like without not flames, but like torches, so that when people are seen out without their masks, then they are sort of officially out, as it were. Yeah. So like, I think like it is a private ritual, as it were, and only those select VIP guests that I have chosen, because it is almost like choosing the next person who will be continuing on this sort of thing, but also might be becoming the. It's kind of wild because maybe I've had to do this several times. Like, oh, love that. So yeah.
You're very lucky.
I've run out of people though. I keep running out of people to take them out.
Cool. So we go out into the forest, and I think it's definitely at like dusk into the darker part of the evening. There are 2 moons in the Sundered Isles. There's a red moon called Cinder and a blue moon called Wraith. And currently the blue moon, Wraith, is like preeminent, is higher up in the sky. It's almost a full moon. Cinder, I think, is like a little lower towards the horizon. So there's this like bright, like cold blue light that's kind of like casting down through the trees, through whatever parts of the jungle, kind of it's not underbrush, it's canopy.
Yes, there we go. I always struggle there as well.
It's like I'll get there. And then there's like almost this like red glow that kind of streams along across the water into the And we go out into the woods, into this jungle, and the game begins. So, what you are going to try and switch your mask with someone?
I'm going to, maybe it feels dangerous, but I'm going to try and do it with Silver Tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, because we've known each other the most throughout the years, and I feel bad in all the other sort of monks who are probably quite young, and again, if we're almost like a dying sort of cult, and I'm just there going like, if she wants it so much, she can take it. So yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so I think that then
I also think it's Face Danger. Yeah.
So aptly named Face Danger, but I almost wonder, like, what do you think? Like, what's your approach here? Like, are you trying to sneak up on Silver Tongue, or are you just like finding her and then overpowering her?
I think it's the sneaking up approach, because I think what I will try in my head, I'm an old woman, can't go very far. I think I will have found like in this forest like a weird sort of outcropping. This is so bonkers. An outcropping of like rocks and stuff like that, and I'll put the mask on, and maybe depends on how you feel. Maybe I'm completely naked at this point. I've put the robes on the thing so it looks like a person.
Yeah.
And I'm hiding somewhere, and then I'm just bonking her with my shark tooth club.
There it is.
There you go. But yeah, I think that's me. I want to make it look like I am like sat down, like, oh, I'm so tired as always. That she's sort of ha, and then it's not that, and then I just bonk her from behind. Probably I'm wearing some sort of like undercoat thing or whatever, but like it's just like the idea that I'm not as clothed as I was. So.
Okay. Well then, I would like for you to roll plus shadow.
Okay.
I am also going to roll Face Danger. And it is going to be, I think for me, it's going to be plus wits, because I think I'm trying to find you and avoid everybody else.
Yeah.
so that I can like help you get out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find, I don't know if I'm trying to find you before you like make this switch.
Yeah.
I mean, Caspian is trying to find you before you make the switch. I don't know that narratively that is the most
Good
satisfying thing.
No, I like the idea that you pull it out and you're like, what? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I will let you go first on your roll because I think it's, because Caspian may stumble into something.
Yeah, you might be like, what on earth are these two ladies doing? Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so I think the shadow is just a +1, I believe.
+1, yes.
Okay, so in total then on the action die is a 4. And then I've got a 10 and a 7 on I love it.
Oh, no.
I just get caught in the act.
So on a miss, you fail, or a momentary success is undermined by a dire turn of events. So there's two ways we could play this. Either Silvertongue like is not taken in by it and you're found out.
Yeah.
Or your plan succeeds, but then like two other people like stumble onto you in the midst of like you making this switch. Kind of depends on what what you feel is more dramatic.
I think I like that second option just because I'm just like, yes, it bloody works. And then I just turn around and there's two people there. Like, yeah, I think that's great. I like that a lot.
Okay. So you bonk Silvertongue over the back of the head. She goes down like a bag of rocks.
Yeah, sack of potatoes, yeah.
A sack of potatoes. You do the switch. But maybe you're like, you haven't quite put on your mask yet.
Yes, perfect. Yeah.
And these two masked figures come entering this small little clearing, like little area where you've set up this this danger. What do you do? Because they both like looking at you. Half of their face is covered with these masks, but like their jaws like drop and they're like agog at what's happening here.
I see that. I think quickly and I say, she was trying to disrupt the whole ritual. She did not wish it to go ahead. She was trying to destroy us all. So I did the only thing sensible to do and make her the sacrifice. It is what they will it, and I point to the canopy.
Okay. You're going to give me another compel.
I'll try, yeah.
Plus shadow.
Wow.
Because you are lying.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
I mean, maybe it's true. Like, Silvertongue was indifferent.
Yeah, but I feel that. So +1 for the shadow is 6 total, but it's another 8 and a 9 on the die.
So they do not believe you.
What?
Okay. This is perfect.
Is this where my hero comes and saves me?
So I rolled my face danger to try and find you.
Yeah.
I wanted you to like finish out that
Yes.
moment because I think it also makes sense. I rolled a 6 versus 2 4s.
Amazing.
So I think that there is this moment where you're standing there, you're saying this to these two, and they look at each other, and then like one of them like opens his mouth to yell.
Yep.
And Caspian like appears out of the darkness behind them with his like saber drawn.
Yes.
And now I'm going to roll what is called the battle roll. Because there are two ways to do like combat. You can either do a full-fledged combat where you have its own progress track and stuff like that. I don't feel like this is, necessary for that. My question is Aisha like joining in on this, or is this just something that's happening really fast and she's just observing.
I think if as soon as they turn and you appear and it looks like I'm helping you out on this point. So
Okay.
I was like 2 versus 1 is not fair. 2 versus 2 is a proper fight. Yeah, get out the club.
Perfect. So then why don't you go ahead and roll the battle roll as well?
Okay.
And I think we're in close with our foes, so it's going to be plus iron, which is plus 2 for both of us.
All right.
And unfortunately, my other asset is duelist. And this is not a single worthy foe. These are not worthy foes.
Unworthy foes.
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh no.
No, don't say that.
Oh no. What did you get?
All right. Well, with my plus 2 for iron, I got a 5 on the action die, but then I got an 8 and a 7. No. Why don't they roll like high numbers when I'm doing other games with D10s in it? Not this one. Yeah. So yeah, miss on that one. I think.
Yep. I also got a miss.
That's fine.
Yeah. So on a miss, you are defeated, and the objective is lost to you.
Oh,
Pay the price. So here's because I think we can fail forward, right?
Yes.
So what Caspian doesn't realize is that this particular branch of your cult, the monks, don't have a lot to do. So they spend a lot of time training.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
And so he like draws his sword out and steps up, and they like pull out, those shark tooth like clubs similar to the one that you have. And we just go at it. And really quickly, Caspian realizes that these guys are not pushovers, and he does not have the like maneuvering space. Like they can kind of like slam at him with the clubs, whereas he needs like these big like slashes with his saber. And part of my paying the price is I'm going to lose 2 health.
Oh no!
Because I think that Caspian gets a little beat up.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think the way that we can salvage this is I think Caspian just like grabs you and is like, run.
Yep.
And like we're just running through the woods, and they're chasing us.
Yes.
So we're just crashing through this jungle, with these 2 cultists in pursuit of us. I think it's going to be a face danger.
Yeah, I do like the idea that we spent all this time crafting, and up on deck they're doing these amazing fights with and we were like, oh, so like just making these beautiful masks. And they're just like, wonder what they're up to there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like just brutal. And maybe they're they're probably like divinely fueled up or something like that. It's not that Caspian's just a poor fighter against these 2 monks. No.
They've got the mask on. They're feeling like with the moon and they're like, they're feeling pumped up. So that's what it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to us, while we were crafting these, we imbued them with magic, both arcane and divine.
Oh, foolish!
We
always keep doing that. We really shouldn't do that. They're meant for aesthetic only. Yeah.
So I think we should face some danger to try and get away from these guys, and I think it's got to be plus edge.
Okay.
Which is not great for us.
No, that's fine.
Surely the rolls will turn around at some point.
Okay. With edge, I have 7 on the action. It's a 6 on the actual one, and then I got a 2 and 8. So I believe that is a weak hit.
That is a weak hit. I also have a weak hit with a 3 versus 1 and a 5.
Oh wow!
So so we escape.
Yeah.
But not without cost. So we each have to make a suffer move at -1.
Okay.
So I am going to take a hit to my spirit this time because I think it's just stressful. Like it's like trying to evade these guys in the dark is stressful. What are you thinking for a suffer move?
I think definitely like she'll have. Again, I think because we're rushing stuff, she'll take 1 hit, I think, to her health. There's just a low-hanging branch that she hits. And it's just like, like her nose starts to bleed a little bit. She's like, ah! Like just a little bit of blood. Like, ah! And you're like, come on. I'm like, my nose.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It'll heal.
It's got proper Pirates of the Caribbean, by the way.
Yeah, it really has. That's as much as I can do, and then
and then that's it.
Yeah. Start the 8-second timer. Okay, so we've successfully escaped from these two cultists, but I think the jig is up.
Yes.
Like we've escaped from them, which means they're going to beeline back to town.
Yes.
And now we are out here in the jungle with no way to get back to the boat. So what are we doing?
Okay, so I think so. We're in the jungle, so I was trying to think what's the easiest way to get out of this. I wonder if and we're surrounded as well because they've got the people there. I think maybe blindly, maybe this is silly, but we should go towards the ritual like chamber or area. Just make our way there and figure something out there because I imagine that's at the top of this island, so we have a bit of more of a view, perhaps, and maybe we can figure out. There may be stuff there like other weapons or I don't know, a secret passage or something like that. I feel like we need to get into higher ground and hide a little bit, maybe, because I feel like randomly dashing, because they'll be searching the forest for us right now. I don't think they'll necessarily go, we should go to the ritual site. Hopefully they won't realize that, but yeah.
Well, and I think I would love to make one little kind of alteration or addition to that,
please.
Which is I think that the ritual site is kind of up on a high rise, but it's not in the center of the island. It's on a cliff looking out over the sea.
Yes, gorgeous.
So we're getting in that water.
Oh, we're getting in that water.
We are getting in that water.
Yes.
So I think that, we are, you are basically like, follow me, like we're going to go to the ritual site and we will hopefully be able to kind of find our way down the rocks from there into the water. But we have to get there first.
Right.
So there is a move called Set a Course. When you travel a known route through perilous seas or across hazardous terrain or within a mysterious site, roll plus supply, which I'm going to say for the purposes of this, technically we have like full supply because, but I think narratively speaking, that doesn't feel right.
No.
So I think that for the purposes of this, our supply is 2.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think that like Caspian has some stuff on him. Maybe he's got some like jerky and like a water skin and stuff that he like carries around. Yeah, you weren't planning to escape this way tonight. That's so yeah. So let's go ahead and roll plus supply. Yeah. Would you care to do the honors? Since
sure.
I think Aisha is the one who knows the way to the ritual site. Yeah, we've been talking about these things for a while. Okay, so there's a 7 on the action die, and a 2 and an 8, so a weak hit. A weak hit, okay. You arrive at your destination, but face a cost or complication. Okay. Choose one. We can either make suffer moves, so reduce a couple of our tracks by 1, or we can face a complication at the destination. I think it feels like to me narratively it'd be very cool to have a complication at the destination. I agree. Yeah, they're already there. I mean, maybe it's not these guys, but it's some who are there who are like preparing the site. Absolutely. Like, damn it. But that means they don't know yet. True. Like they probably didn't send a runner out here to. Not yet. Yeah. Although we have a yes/no oracle and we have not used it yet. So why don't we do that? So yeah. Do you think that they would have sent a runner out here? Do you think it's a small chance? Is it unlikely? Is it 50-50? Is it likely? Or is it a sure thing? I think it's likely because they would have got, the fighting we would have left. Those 2 people would have woken up Silvertongue and then she would have just been all systems go. So I think it's quite likely that she would have she would have known. Yeah. Okay, so then that means 75 or less on a D100 will be a yes. That is a 54, which is a yes. So
Right, yeah.
So yes, so we arrive and we see them like kind of patrolling with like torches and like weapons in hand. And I think that like immediately kind of clues us in that the jig is up here and that they know. So we've arrived, but the complication is we can't really approach, like we would have to go further down and around to get to the water. I think the like easiest way to get to the water is either to like just jump or like try to climb down. So I think we probably are going to have to sneak past these guys.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's face some danger.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm guessing shadow, right?
using shadow. Yeah. I think we could either both roll or one of us could roll for both of us. Kind of depends on since we're doing this as like a group activity.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. I'm happy to roll for both of us.
Okay, do it.
Okay.
That would be my preference just because you've got more momentum than I do and there's a chance.
There's a chance
that we could burn that.
Maybe. We'll find out. Okay, so what was that? That was shadow. So again, another 6 on the action dice. So that's 7.
Wow.
I know, bloody hell. And then a 1 and an 8. So a weak hit.
Oh, gotta love those weak hits.
I know.
Okay.
I'm very, very glad.
So we managed to sneak past these guys. So, but we're gonna have to take a suffer move.
Yes.
It makes sense to lose some momentum.
Yeah.
Because momentum basically, true to its name, is the feeling of like how well things are kind of progressing, and like we have to slow down a little bit.
Yep.
And so we're like losing a little bit of that momentum in order to sneak around.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'll go back down to 2. You'll be at 5. But we succeed. So what does it look like? What does this look like as we sneak past these guys up to the edge of the cliff?
Yeah, I feel like there's lots of almost like Lord of the Rings moment where we're sort of underneath and they're up top, and there's like, did you hear that? You know, like,
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't know. One of us is about to sneeze, the other one holds the other one up.
Yeah.
Again, just proper Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, it's slow process, but we can start to hear shouts from the jungle, and we can see. Again, as we're getting closer to that cliff edge and looking back, you can see like little torchlight, like almost spreading out. So clearly they're searching the forest, but slowly moving up towards our position. But I think, we eventually sort of around. I think in my head there is like what are they called? Not like an altar, but like a stone table type thing where the sacrifices would take place, and we're now on the other side of that. Maybe we're crouched down behind it, looking out into this to seeing this horizon, the sea, and the moons coming up. Yeah.
I love it. As we're doing that, as we're hiding there, Caspian is going to reach in and touch that soul gem.
Yeah.
And he's going to kind of like close his eyes and focus. And I am going to use my sorcerer asset to attempt to secure an advantage by creating a minor mystical effect, rolling plus my spirit, which is +4. Now this is actually something that I have established in a previous episode, but Caspian has a mystical connection with the ship where he can like remotely like ring a bell. And then it like the crew can sail the ship and it kind of guides them towards
so convenient.
his location. It's very convenient. And I can't believe that I've already set it up.
That's so great. It feels proper Sea of Thieves. That sort of like, hey, come on, I'm up here. Come on, bring it out.
So +4, that is a strong hit. 7 versus 4 and 1. So I am going to take a momentum.
Heck yeah.
And I'm going to take 2 more momentum because I got a strong hit.
Nice.
And then a +1 to our next move. And I think that's got to be climbing down the and I'm happy to take this roll.
Yes, please.
So since I've got that +1, and I think it's going to be plus iron, which is +2. So it'll be +3 total.
Now, that face indicates to me it's a strong hit, yes?
Oh, yes, very
Yes.
much so.
Yes.
So that is a 5 against an 8 and a 10.
Oh.
So that's a miss.
Oh, no.
But
Yeah.
because, just because.
Yeah.
I am going to bend the spirit of these assets because I am a crew commander.
Okay.
So when you are an ally, all right, let's discuss.
Yes. Yeah. I'm hearing you.
So when you are an ally, make a move leading or aided by the crew. You may, after rolling, suffer -1 command to improve a miss to a weak hit, or a weak hit to a strong hit. Mm-hmm. So technically, I'm not really leading the crew in that we're climbing down this. But, I am leading the crew to us with my
I think
magic.
you are. Yeah, you're like, we're here. Like, like I can imagine someone from your team looks up and it looks like a half naked elderly lady starting to climb down the cliff, and you as well. They're like, that's probably them.
So if you think that I can get away with a weak hit on that.
Does it work in my favor if you do so? Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm going to say yes at this case. Yeah, I'm sure
Perfect.
it'll come to bite us back eventually, but yeah.
No one else is here to gainsay us on this. So
yeah, no one listening in right now going to write in afterwards and be like, actually.
So that is going to change it from a miss to a weak hit.
Okay.
So you succeed, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move at -1. So here's what I'm going to say, because this is how I'm going to justify this working. I think that Caspian tries to point out a way for you to start climbing down. Mm-hmm. You start to make your way down, and there's a shout as we're spotted.
Yeah.
Caspian draws his sword and is going to stand and fight with these guys for a minute or two while you make your way down to get down there. And he's, trying to fend them off. But as we've discovered, these guys are very highly trained. he's got a little bit more elbow room, so he's doing okay.
A little bit better. You're on better ground for this one. Now you've learned from your mistake. Yeah, sure.
But he's very clearly seeing more are coming up, and he's about to get overwhelmed. And he kind of spares a glance down, sees that you've made enough progress that they're not going to necessarily be able to reach you.
Yeah.
And then he's going to turn and just jump
nice.
Off. And swan dive down into the water. He's going to lose a little bit of health. Maybe he gets a little scraped up on the rocks as he gets into the water. But hopefully it gets deep enough that he doesn't completely
Yeah, I see you do that. You just see my face as you go past, going "What are you doing?" I'm like, "That's bonkers."
Life of a pirate captain.
Yeah. You look so cool as you do it. You're sort of a big smile, wink, and I'm just going bloody men. Just slowly making your way down.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to mark another progress for us because we have successfully made it to the water.
Okay, great. Yeah.
The ship is on its way to us, but I think we need to swim out. You've climbed down, you get down into the water.
Yeah.
I mean, the waves are kind of crashing, a little bit. It's this is not a super pleasant place to swim.
For sure.
So maybe Caspian's even a little stunned.
Yes,
after he hits the water, right? So he's just kind of floating and trying to swim, but keeps getting just overborne by these waves and is struggling. That cold blue moonlight is just beaming down.
Yep.
And we're just kind of caught in the water here, struggling.
Yeah, I think I see you struggling, and I can see again that sort of torchlight looking up from over the cliffs of people peering down, and I sort of swim over to you. I think I'm actually quite a good swimmer. I can maybe not seem and I grab you and I'm deep breath, and I just plunges down into the water. And we slowly make our way. But if I see you're struggling at all, I'll be and like breathe a bit of air into your lungs as we go, using that waterborne ability. Yeah.
Perfect. We should roll another face danger here.
Yeah.
Would you like to suffer -1 of your 5 air and add +1 to your move?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Might as well. Yeah. So yeah.
Would you like to suffer more than -1? I don't read this as you can only
do one
-1.
for one. Yeah. Sure. I'll do -2 to get a +2.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. And we'll see how that leads me. So
yeah. And I think it's probably iron.
Yes.
It's like physical endurance, and so +4.
Yeah, especially if we've got the waves as well. Like I know obviously going down deep enough, but there might be swells and stuff, and you know, obviously trying to keep an eye out for your ship as well. So the last thing we need is a big ship going towards us like a boom, boom. All right, so +4. Okay. Oh, that's what we need to see. So in total, or on the D6, was a 5 +4 is 9, and then I got a 2 and a 1.
Amazing.
This feels great.
Yeah. What does it look like underwater? Like for Aisha, like it being waterborne, does it mean that you have like, you can see better underwater, or, you know, because like I think Caspian is like, you know, his eyes are stinging from the salt water and he's like trying to see and he's struggling, and then you just like appear out of the like murkiness and like, you know, grab a hold of him and like, you know, you pop up and like deep breath and then back down. What does this look like?
I think it's that sort of thing where like I think you can see glimpses of it, again, the salt water also in your eyes, but like her hair, that sort of silver and grey, looks very mermaid-like in the water, and as she swims, she's actually is a lot stronger than she looks, and she does like, I don't know if there's a different word for it here, but I call it the butterfly. The butterfly, yeah, it's the swimming thing, yeah. So the legs are together, and it's so much more powerful, getting us down and through, and every so often checking to make sure you're okay. But like, she can see. I don't want to say like she's got supernatural sight or anything like that, but like she can see well enough that we need to get deeper and then through, because that, you know, maybe they have spears or arrows or something like that. So we want to make sure we're deep and through so that we're not going to get hit by anything. Yeah. And even I think if she sees above, like maybe they dive down enough that your ship has come across, like she can time it so that they come up on the other side of the ship, and then, you know, like proper aerial style. Maybe you look a bit sudden next to her, but yeah, essentially that's what it is. Like she is just naturally a strong swimmer. Again, maybe that's something that they trained for a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, I think as like Caspian is like sputtering, and like it's like, Aisha, I didn't realize you could swim so well.
Well, you know, 20 years of doing it, and then you know, motherhood and all that sort of thing. It never really leaves you. It's like, well, riding a proverbial bike, but it's water. Riding a proverbial cart. There you go. I don't know. There you go. Bikes here.
So we're gonna mark another progress.
Heck yeah.
On our vow. So we are at 5 out of 10.
Someone finds out. I think they might have already found out.
I think you're right. I just kind of like been ignoring that part.
No, that's good.
We are by the ship. I think we climb up onto deck.
Yeah.
And the kiss of death begins to turn and begins to sail away. And I think it is time, even with our 5 progress,
I think so too,
to fulfill our vow. I would like for you to roll 2 d10s against that 5 progress.
All right. Incredibly, that's a 3 and a 7.
Okay. We'll take a weak hit.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Take a weak hit.
After how downhill that went, I'm happy with a weak hit.
So it says here, on a weak hit, as above, but there's more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. So obviously, we're not going to do more in this quest. No. So as we close this out, what is the truth that Aisha discovers as the island is getting smaller and smaller in the distance as our ship sails away?
I think as she's sort of sitting there, maybe I don't know if the ship has like towels or something similar that she sort of sat there. Again, looks like she's just gone running, that sort of marathon-esque type. And she sort of is pondering and is thinking about like how this organization that she'd grown up with has sort of taken over a whole island. And these people, like, they were there sort of like showing willingness and like be excited in quotation marks, but I don't think it was true. Like, there was a big feast and maybe that was actually lots of food being hoarded and stuff like that. So it's controlling people who, without giving them a choice to be a part of it. And it's kind of leaves a sour taste in her mouth because, like, the sacrifice stuff, like, she always grown up to think that, yes, that is a part of the duty, that's what I want to be. And then was having second thoughts about it and now is sort of seeing, like, the scales have fallen from her eyes, that she's seeing this cult, essentially, like, maybe there's a different way to connect people and unify people that's not manipulating them and without just and all that sort of thing. Like, there's definitely obviously good aspects, they're very good fighters, great swimmers. But I think that's what it is that there needs to be more to be done about this. This is not the way. There's a better way to serve God or faith in some way, and that I think has changed her view on it, because before she was sort of, maybe she was being selfish, maybe she didn't understand, and maybe she'd lived too long and had selfishly had these experiences, but actually it is a life worth living, and she wants to make sure that everyone has a chance of doing that. So I think that the truth now is to sort of uncover more about this, what they're actually doing. Are they just corrupted and greedy people just taking advantage of the people? And if they are, she wants to stop that.
Yeah. So we see, the island fading away in the distance, Aisha sitting there watching. And then I think our vision shifts to that cliff side. And there's a circle of torches around this altar. And a figure appears outside the circle, and that circle parts. And this figure is wearing that mask. And they are brought forth and lay down upon that stone table. And then we see Silvertongue standing over them with a blade. And then it goes dark. And that's where we leave it.
Oh, amazing.
Fiona, thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. Yes.
Man, that was... I wasn't sure we were going to get out of that one.
Are you telling me? I was expecting like, we're both going to be sacrificed. It'll be fine. There'll be a big fire or something. I don't know. Like, that was so much fun. Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And please, let the people know where they can find you once again on the internets.
Yes, hello. If you're like, wow, a sacrificial grandma, that sounds amazing. I want more of that. Well, come check out What Am I Rolling, which is a twice-monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different systems and interviews with game designers. I'm also a co-host of the DM's Book Club, where it's a weekly book club where we look at D&D, not so much anymore because I like other games and I can't be bothered. And we talk about how we can improve it and include it for any story, for any setting, for any level of experience, because we want people to create amazing stories together. We read the books so you guys don't have to. And then finally, I am 1/3, it gets smaller by fractions, of the RP Geeks, which is a nerdy TT RPG show, which we go live every Tuesday, doing lots of different systems as well, and fun lore facts. So if we have a system, say Blades in the Dark or Kids on Bikes, we try and fit in a fun fact just before our break to make it a little bit more interesting. Because
nice.
Let me tell you, we can obsess about things. It could be things from like the free person problem to various riddles, or even reality TV shows. We've done lore drops on that. So yeah, come and check out the RP Geeks, the What Am I Rolling, and the DM's Book Club, wherever you listen to podcasts, and also on YouTube. Thank you so much. This has been a delight.
Amazing. And for all of you out there, please go check out all of those things. And as always, I will see you next time. Thanks for listening to Errant Adventures. If you enjoyed the show, please spread the word. And if you want to support the show directly, leave me a review or support me on Patreon at patreon.com/errantadventures. You can also buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/errantadventures. If you want to interact with me, my handle on all the socials is @errantsolopod, or you can email me at errantsolopod@gmail.com. I also post short fiction and campaign-related materials on my website, errantadventurespod.com. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the deep, liars.